Matt Lenihan, Boxing Social, in association with Empire Fight Store and R Kings. We're here with world champion Mikaela Mayer. Now we've got the sides right. You've done your face off.
I'm on the good side now. It's only been like 5 years, okay?
You only started. You have only just started doing this on the last 2 interviews.
Because I was trying to be nice, but now that we've been doing this for so long, it's like I don't mind. I got the belt back now. I can tell you what side to go to.
The A side again. Mikaela, look, it's the first face-off today with Sandy Ryan. The first time I think you've come face-to-face since the first fight. What have you gauged from that face-off? Do you see anything different? There's been a lot said in the build-up, mainly from yourself. I think she's been probably quieter. What have you seen?
Nothing. Literally, it was nothing. It's like that element of surprise is my nerves are gone for this. I don't really have a ton of nerves like that. All that build-up sort of happens in the first fight. It's like we're familiar with each other now. It is what it is. I'm really confident in my training camp. And I'm just going to go in there and do what I do. I think Sandy hates these things more than I do. I'm really just impartial about it. I don't care, but I know she's trembling on her way to these things. She hates the any controversy or drama, and she just wants to stay silent.
You mentioned about the build-up to this fight. Have you felt like you've carried this promotion, especially for the second fight, almost on your back? You mentioned she didn't show up to an organised Zoom on Sky. I know that sort of annoyed you a little bit. What's that feel like when you feel like you've been the one maybe doing all the promoting?
No, I 100% have. Whatever. I don't mind. It's like you can't pull a personality out of someone. Sandy's just kind of a dud. So I can't force her to be anything but what she is. At the least she could do is show up to the interviews that we have with these major broadcasting networks and the YouTube channels and stuff like you guys that are helping us to build and promote this fight, because she's not doing it. So let you guys do what you got to do and support them.
I saw some comments where you said, I think it was at the first one, that you believe that she's scared and it may be the wrong sport for her. Do you believe that? I asked her in that and she says, look, I had so many fights, Matt, you know me, I'm not scared. But do you believe that when she gets into them scenarios where maybe you're verbally going at her, that she doesn't like that and she can't handle it?
Yeah, she doesn't like that. I mean, professional boxing is half partial entertainment, it's 50% entertainment. Like it is what it is. So if she's going to come to another promotion, come to another country, after everyone's pulling everything together to give her the rematch that she wanted so bad, you think that she would have some respect and be professional and do her part. But if that's not what she wants to do, then that's just going to affect her long term and her opportunities going forward.
You got the win in the first fight, so normally what happens is in the rematch, the person who came out on the short end of the stick, they have to make adjustments. She mentions fighting on raw emotions, but also you can dip into the toolbox again in this camp. What do you expect to show the fans on Saturday night in this fight?
I'm just going to make the adjustments that me and my team have gone over, which they're there, but also it's just what was working in that fight, I focused on doing that even better. I've been with Kofi now, Kofi Jantua, for an extra four months, and we've really settled into everything that he's wanted me to do, and I feel really great about it. And then I just feel strong. I feel finally settling into my welterweight body. So there's certain things that are kind of just coming together for me at this time anyway.
I was just about to say, it took you a few fights, but you're now a fully fledged at this weight class. Do you feel different for this rematch than you did for the first one? Because you've been gradually stepping up in the last few fights.
I definitely feel a lot stronger. Like I'm feeling my strength in sparring and in the gym, which I never really felt before, There would be moments when I'd feel it, but I'm feeling it really in sparring, like pushing around my male sparring partners and just having that body weight. So that feels good, and that makes me feel confident, yeah.
I watched the interview with yourself, and I know you're good friends, Iniesta Estrada. It cracked me up throughout. So just a little sidebar to lighten the mood. She sort of mentioned, and you mentioned, you were a bit of a tearaway teen. So what sort of things did you do when you were younger? Were you in trouble a lot? Give us a little something.
Yeah, as a teenager, I didn't have a lot of direction because my dad raised us and he was gone at work all day. So I didn't want to go to class. I didn't have to go to class. So I didn't have a curfew. I could stay out all night with friends and
did what you want.
Party and do what I want. I was in my kicked out of 4 different high schools. Like I was just
what?
Yeah, I know. But then I walked into a Muay Thai kickboxing gym and that just turned me around.
What were you kicked out for?
Fighting, and then. I wasn't kicked out of 4 high schools. I was kicked out of 1 high school, but then I just started kind of following around to the other high schools until I found one that would hold on to me. But for fighting, and then I went to a couple other schools, and then ended up in that small school attached to the big school where all the bad kids go.
Yeah.
But that's when I started boxing, so I became like the valedictorian of the bad school. I had to make a speech and everything at graduation.
Mikaela Mayer, appreciate your time. It's been good to lighten the mood there. Wish you all the best. It's a cracking rematch live on Saturday night, and we'll catch up after your fight.
Thank you. Appreciate it.